please. Hold, 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 please. To the Garden of Mothership 12, Petalmorphosis. This 10-shade palette transforms eye artistry into blooming masterpieces with lush greens, lilac hues, and radiant neutrals. Designed for all artistry levels, it features 4 luxurious finishes: creamy mattes, dazzling astrials, and jewel tone metallics that blend and layer seamlessly, sculpting illuminating looks that captivate and stays put. Welcome to Mothership 12, Petalmorphosis. It's a pet party, y'all. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. It is IBGB in the place to be on Thursday evening. And guess what I have? Yes, I finally went to my UPS store. Not only did I pick this up, but I also picked up some other things that I will be unboxing tomorrow. But hi, babes. Hello, hello, hello. Let's say hello to everybody that's in here. Hi, Makeup Esquire. Hi, Noel. Thank you for coming. I have Kat. Hey, oh, my Titi's in here. Everybody say hello to my Titi Wendy. She's in the house. Hola, Titi. And who else? Kat is in the house. Welcome. I have my shy babies, my cloud cuties up in the sky. Hello, cuties. Hello, how are you? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Susan. Welcome. All right, I'm opening it up. You know how we do. Try not to drop nothing like a pigeon because, you know, I'll be dropping ish. So I'm trying very hard to be a good girl and not drop stuff. So I cleared off most of my vanity area. I already did my makeup because, you know, I wanted to make sure we had enough time to do this party right. You know what I mean? All right. So I need to get my box cutter. And I don't know where it is. So I'm going to have to improvise here. Use this to cut it open. All right. If you drop your new Mothership while opening, that would be exactly. So I'm trying not to drop ish like a pigeon, you know, trying to hold on to stuff. All right. Little ASMR for those who enjoy that kind of thing. There she is, Miss Mothership 12. Hi, gorgeous. We like. All right, so I'm gonna open it up. Oh, this string is in here, honey. This string is in here like Mothership 1. Remember how tight that was when that one came out? I was like, okay, mother, like you really made sure this thing was tight. I'm gonna tell you now though, like her other Motherships, whatever packaging she uses for this, it's already coming loose, which is how most of my other ones came. Hi, A.T. Grace. Hi, welcome in. All right, here she is. This is limited edition packaging because I got it straight from the Mothership store, straight from the Mothership herself. And here are the colors. Ooh, okay. I'm going to tell you, in person, they look a little paler than how they looked on camera. Not that I'm mad about that, but I think they look really lighter in color. Like how I'm showing you now, it's looking paler than how it looks on camera. But we still love it. Thank you. I went to a school today, a specialized school, and they did a theme this week called like the power of makeup. And I was the last speaker today talking about the power of social media. And my talk today was on the power of the pitch. And so I talked about perfecting your elevated pitch, perfecting how you want to have your makeups appear, because they created lipsticks and eyeshadows, and some even created foundations. So it was really nice to see like all the kids and have them all, you know, pitch their product. So it was really, really good. Yes, these are updated formula for Pat. Yes, we're going to get into all of that in a moment. So let's start off with what these colors are. So this is Mothership 12. This is her packaging, which we'll talk about because I have opinions. You know, I do. I already started. But I wanted to get these swatches out of the way. So let's start from, as you know, the top row. We're going to go from right to left with all the colors. Yeah, it does look almost natural on me. Okay, let's start. First one is Divine Dawn. Next, we have Twilight Lilac. Next, we have Cosmic Fantasies. Ooh, she's rich and creamy. Then we have Astral Eden Envy. Now, this is her supposedly specialty shade, but it's not as illuminous as her other specialty shades. You know, they usually are much more crumbly and much more shinier. almost like a loose shimmer. I'm going to tell you now, this is not a loose shimmer. And this final one on this row is called Astral Sunset Splendor. Okay, that's very light, but it's a pretty color. It's almost like a rose gold. Gives me like a rose gold vibe. Very pretty. So they're rich. They're very creamy. They're very soft to the touch, but definitely not like her specialty shades that she's known for. All right, we're going to go to the bottom, and this is the one that had me in a chokehold. This green right here, baby, Nocturnal Bloom. That had me in a chokehold. That right there. Ugh, stunning, stunning. Next, we have Astral Iridescent Iris. Oh, she's pretty too. Ooh. Ooh, she's nice. Okay. Very, that one to the touch is very textured. It has like a nice texture to it. These are backshot slurries. I wish she would have perfected the formula before launching, but they're nice. Yeah, they're really, really pretty. All right, this next one is called Lunar Nectar, which I could have sworn she called something else Lunar Nectar, but we'll find out when we do another deep dive. But this is Lunar Nectar, the eyeshadow. I think she did a Lunar Nectar in a highlight. I think so. Something like that, like a lunar nude in a highlight, I want to say. The next one is called Blitz Radiant Rhapsody. And this one is her metallic sparkly. This is one of the specialty shades. That's Blitz Radiant Rhapsody. And the final one here at the end is called Blitz Bronze Supernova. She's pretty. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mothership 12. Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you they're very, very, very soft. They're very soft. They are really bold. So you're going to get a lot of pigmentation here. But if you're looking for like her specialty shades, her real specialty shades, I'm going to tell you this is not it. This is not it. But I like the palette. I do like the palette. I do love the colors. I love this green here. We're definitely going to have to try that today. I love this sparkle color here. I love the mattes. The mattes are really, really soft and creamy. Of course, you know that green had me at hello. And let's see if she wipes off just as easily. Yeah, she kind of wipes off as easy. You see little remnants of it, but definitely, you know, they blend out. We're going to talk. All right. So that is Mothership number 12. How Mother described the formula, she says that they're very transformative. She says each texture, each shade is made to transport you to a realm where beauty blooms brilliantly, boldly, and unapologetically. You can build these and use them either wet or dry. They come in 2 cases. So they have the purple case or lavender case, whatever you want to call it. But it's like a ombre because it has a little bit of pink in it as well. That case is sold out online, but you can still get the black case, which is all matte black lacquer, which is how she has most of her motherships. These colors are beautiful. They're very soft, as I mentioned before. They're very pigmented. They're very textured and layered. So you can use these on top of each other. Hey, East Dad, how are you? Welcome in. Lock Maiden, hey, boo. I see you guys. Welcome. Susan, hi. Welcome in. So yeah, I would say this is definitely a departure from what she's known for and what we've known her to be in terms of her formula from Pat McGrath. But you know, it's different, but it's still beautiful. It's still beautiful. Kat says the special case will be having a second full restock after they did a half stock that sold out in under 24 hours. Wow. I know when she first launched this, usually I'm on top of it and I get it soon as it comes out. I didn't this time. And this time she did something that she's never done before. She gave the first 100 who bought the case, their case was autographed by her. So on the top of her Mothership, she actually signed her name. So I'm a little PO'd that they got that, especially since one of my favorite ones, the Mothership number 7, I actually got from her, and I saw her and she actually physically gave me the case, and I didn't get it signed. Maybe it's me, but maybe you should have just offered to do it. You should just did it. You were there. I don't know why it didn't happen. Enamored Beauty, hello. I didn't see you there. Hi, welcome in, son. So I'm a little miffed that mine was not autographed, but okay, that's fine. I'll take the L for that. But let's show you the other ones that I have. Oh, please. Okay. So the thing about it is Mothership number 11, which is Sunlit Seduction. This is how it came. No openings. Pretty pristine. So I like that. And I got this one. I think I got this one from Sephora. And look, it came, all of them come with the plastic wrapping. I never take my plastic wrapping off. I don't know why I don't do that, but I haven't. And this is what I'm talking about with her specialty shades. Like they're crumbly in the pan. So you expect some fallout. I don't mind because, hey, I'm a shade throwing, eye ecstasy kind of girl. And that's what these are made for. Okay. May result in prolonged use. Of course, that's what I do. I take it and I use it all the time. The autographs are tied into the Lord of this launch, the Lord of this launch, actually. Yes. So this is what that looks like. Kat says, Pat McGrath palettes on my couches. That plastic will be on it. Yes. Yes, they're my couches too. The plastic is still on it, on every single one. So this is what I was talking about with the specialty shades, how they crumble. But the feel of these mattes here are not like the feel on this one. To the touch, they're very creamy and light. So it's definitely a different one. But when you get into the specialty shades here, then you feel a little bit of that texture that I was talking about, especially with this one. But look at those colors. I mean, just to show you like the pigmentation, how it is there in spades. Look at that. No matter which Mothership you get, you're always going to get, Mother's always going to give you that boldness and pigmentation. It's the reason why I buy all of her palettes. That's the reason, because I love the pigmentation that comes from her palettes. And you can mix and match her palettes and do a lot of stuff with it. Wonderful, wonderful. You can actually drop your link with a exclamation point BGB and it will drop your link. I'll demonstrate. Don't forget to like this video, share if you care, and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Tell a friend, tell a foe, tell all you know. Don't forget to subscribe. All right, so that was Mothership 11. And this is Mothership 12. We're going to do this in an orderly fashion, and y'all not going to drop or fall out. Really nice. I see some looks here that can be compatible with each one. So I like that. So that's 11. And now let's look at Mothership number 10. Now, Mothership number 10, Utopian Dream, goes back to what I was telling you about before. Look at this. This is why I'm really pissed with some of her packaging. I don't know where she's getting these boxes from lately, but they all are looking like this. They just come right out of the box. So tacky. Sorry, tacky, Mother. And that's why I was roasting her a few weeks ago, because I was like, the quality is not there anymore. How are you going to tell me this is $128 and you can't even get a box right? So this is 10. Again, specialty shades are here. Mattes and metallics are on this side. These 6. And again, I do see some that could be compared and paired up with Mothership number 12. Definitely a beautiful palette all on its own. Mothership. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Did I do that wrong? This is Mothership number 9. I'm sorry. I'm out of order. I'm all out of order. This is Mothership number 9. So I'm out of order. This is Mothership 10. Sunlit Seduction. So this is 10. Again. But here it is. Again, plastic is on the sofa. And these are the shades here. So this is Mothership 10. Again, beautiful accompaniment to 12. So this is 10 and this is 12. All right, now we're in the right order. So this is 9 that I showed you before. That's 9. And then we have Mothership number 8. Mothership number 8 is called Divine Rose 2. Again, you can see my comment earlier in the live about the packaging. Oh, I didn't see it. Let me see what you said. I'm sharing the love, watching 2 lives at once, and and working. Hope you are all doing well. Okay, awesome. Enamel Beauty. Nah, I'm not with the damaged packaging. It always annoys me. Listen, this is what I'm saying. Like, for the price that you pay, come on now. You can do better than this. You can do much better than this. I have older palettes than this that I don't have that issue with. This is also in a specialty case. This was a rose gold case that she had out, limited edition as well. And this is the other one that I said that for her specialty shades, she did like a baked formula for this one that I really wish she would come back with. Like, this was okay. This was really, really pretty. And as you can see, I use VR Sextrovert. I know this is already, because this is my pink and green dream here. Look at that. When I tell you, when this came out and I saw this color, yes, I'm an AKA, and yes, you know, pink and green is my land where I live. But honey, as I live and breathe, this right here is stunning. Absolutely stunning. It will always get me. It was always going to be my love. Always. Kat said there will be 2 more nectars in the standard Bush line and one more in the blush duo. Okay. Lunar Nectar was the name of a lip gloss. Okay. I knew I had Lunar somewhere in my collection. That's probably where it is. Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Kat. All right. Here we go. Hey, Mr. 100 Rounds. What's going on? Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. Mothership 8, gorgeous. Yeah, these baked formulas here, she should have kept, because that was beautiful. Very soft to the touch, very creamy. As you can see, I fat fingered a few of them in here. They have scratches on them, but no matter, because they're not going anywhere but in my collection anyway. So that's 8. And I'm not done. Mothership number 7. Coming up next. Now, this is the one that I actually got from Pat McGrath. I waited in the blistering cold for her to give me this, so I got it. And look, years later, I don't have any openings on this, no cracks in the packaging, perfectly pristine. So I've had this for years. I can't even tell you when she made that. Actually, I can tell you, because she does put it on the back of her 2020, 2010, 5, 6, 7, 2017. That's when she made this, 2017. Again, beautiful astral baked formulas here. And then the regular shades of mattes and shimmers are here. Beautiful. Beautiful. Really, really pretty. All right, that's 7. And then 6, which I got for my birthday, because I'll never forget that, because she released it in the fall. And Mothership 6 is called Midnight Sun. Oh, I didn't compare it to 12, but let me show you how it compares to 12. So this again is 7, and then 12. Again, I see where you can do some looks together, and I didn't do 8 versus 12. So let's do that really quickly. 8 versus 12. Again, I definitely see some looks that I can make from that as well. All right, and Mothership 6. So here's Mothership 6. Beautiful baked formulas again here. The mattes, the creaminess, the shimmers, also creamy. Hero shade in this one is this one, which it was Wicked Envy. The sole reason why I got this, because of this green. I mean, this is beautiful. Now, how does it compare though to the 12? Because we also have 2 greens in that one. So this is 6 and here's 12. I definitely think we can do some really cool matchups with the sparkly green in here and this, or maybe layering that matte with this shimmer. So many options, so many options. But I definitely see where we can play with these two together. All right. This is Mothership number 5. Arguably one of the best palettes that she has. Now, those words. My words is, it's definitely in my top 5 of favorite Pat McGrath, but this is not my all-time favorite. But this is 5. It definitely works for all occasions, but this is more like my fall palette, one that I love to play with in the fall to the holiday time. I don't know if it will go with this per se, because this is very warm, but I love Petalmorphosis. I really love it. I would love to talk to Pat about Petalmorphosis. Yeah, because I mean, it's an interesting palette for sure. And I think this was like her swan song. And I'll tell you why when we get back to it. But this is number 3, Subversive. Now, this one for me is my favorite Pat McGrath palette. This is my favorite Pat McGrath palette. I love Subversive. And actually, this was supposed to be my first palette from Mothership, but they didn't have it. But I love this. This color right here, this shade is my favorite. This is Gigabyte. So much so that if I ever see this on somebody, I know instantly they have on Gigabyte, because it's such a unique color and I've never seen anybody talk about it. I may say something crazy here. Objectively speaking, Bronze Seduction is maybe like the best palette ever released. Yeah. I mean, everybody says that. Everybody says that. Bronze Seduction, which is Mothership number 5. Everybody says that that was the best. But for me, I love 3. That's my favorite. All right. So this is 3 and this is 12. And again, because I use this a lot, this was, okay, I'd rather drop the product card instead of dropping my palette. This one, I did do that myself. So that was a me, that wasn't a them. But still, I've had this much longer than I've had 12. And you saw how 12 came to me. All right, Mothership number 4. Now, Mothership number 4, I gotta be honest, I didn't get it in its original packaging on purpose because I don't like it. I don't like the artwork that's on it, so it never appealed to me. But when she came out with the Star Wars edition, I was like, wow, now that I can get with. This was her Mothership that she did all shimmers. So she didn't put any matte shades in here. They're all shimmer shades. And I consider this palette my one and done palette because I usually go in here if I want to do one shade, get it on the eye, blend it out, and then head on out. My favorite ones to use are this one right here, which is a lilac color. Doesn't look like it's a lilac color, but it is. And it's called 𝕊𝕦𝕡𝕟𝕟𝕜. I actually had this in a single as well. But let me show you how it looks on. It is such a gorgeous shade. It's like a grayish purple. And I've never quite seen, it's much like Gigabyte, where you've seen stuff that may look like it, but nothing comes close to how she formulated Gigabyte. And that same thing is true for 𝕊𝕦𝕡𝕟𝕟𝕜. I've seen a lot of people kind of dupe it, but this is a color you can't really dupe because that formula is just out of this world. And then this one here, I believe that's called Enigma. I'm right? Yep, Enigma. Yep, I know my pat. So this one here, right here, is called Enigma. And that gives you that antique silverish color. I love using this when I'm doing like an all white, and I'll do this as a one and done, and I just blend it till it's like blended two color-ish looking shadow, because it has a nice gray base to it. And then that shine has a little bit of silver as well. So it's really, really pretty to wear. And again, 4 and 12. So I don't know if you start to see like what I start to see, but when I finish, I'm going to tell you what I think about how she did this last Mothership. All right, 2 more, last 2. This one is Sublime Mothership 2. And we have her specialty shades here as originally formulated. And then the 6, which are mattes and shimmers. So that is 2 compared to 12. Right? Pretty, pretty, pretty. And then last one, Mothership number 1, Subliminal. Save the best for last. And again, nothing wrong with the packaging. It's almost like I just got it today, but I've had it for years. And here is Mothership 1 and what that looks like. Again, this is a nice one for one and dones too. She also gave us a beautiful lavender in this one. Such a pretty color. And this is an interesting one because it's not quite a shimmer and it's not quite a matte either. It's sort of like a hybrid. Very much like a dual toneness to it. Because I wouldn't really characterize it as a matte, and I wouldn't characterize it as a typical shimmer either, but it's got both qualities to it. Kat says, it's not my favorite Mothership, but objectively, it's probably the best palette ever made in makeup history. Oh, we talked about the 5, yep. Also, to anyone wondering, this is actually the only Star Wars collab Mother did with Star Wars, and the other time you want to bring up was actually a collective fever dream. Ah, okay. So there we go. And, oh, comparison. Mothership 1 to Mothership 12. All right. So here are my thoughts now, having seen all of the palettes next to each other with the Mothership number 12. I feel like this is truly her swan song because we have been asking her for the longest time to give us more greens. she's given us greens in various forms, but I feel like she's never given us a truly matte green. So she gave us that matte green. She gave us something that is along the same lines of Gigabyte, but not as yellowy, not as mustardy, really, truly like a beautiful green shimmer. And then this color here, I want to liken it to Mothership 1, where she gave us that blue. She gave us a green like that blue that we had with this Astral formula. And then the other color that I know I personally have been begging her for was something in like the orange kind of peachy tone. And so I feel like this one here with the shimmer and then this one here kind of gave us that peachy shade that we were clamoring for and that we love. And then she threw in this beautiful chocolate color, which, you know, I've seen her do chocolates in like a matte, but I've never seen it in a shimmer before. And this is an interesting shimmer because it's not bronze, but it's sort of bronze antique-y looking. It's very, very pretty. Like, look at that on the eyeballs. Like, as a centerpiece for your eye, that is gorgeous. And then this one here, I love because it almost feels like that romanticness of Mothership number 7 or 8, where she had those really beautiful, soft, pinkish, mauvey tones. So I really like that. If you look at this one here, it kind of reminds me of Lavendering, which she did in a quad. It sort of gives me that vibes. I would love to see those two paired as a kind of like 2 and done. Put the Lavendering on and maybe put this as an accent in the inner corner, or maybe vice versa. Put this all over and then use Lavendering in the inner corner. I think that'll be a really interesting, pretty look. But she gave us a lot of romantic vibes with this, but she also gave us some hard-hitting colors that we can really rock out to. So we're gonna do a look. I have on right now a shade, just one shade, because I did a 1 and done today because I knew I was gonna come here and do some looks for you. So we're going to take my paper towel. I'm gonna wipe off my eyeshadow. And we're going to play with these colors. And I'm going to do one look today, but of course we're going to be playing with this on Sunday as well. And I'll do some other looks. But I just want to show you how this formula reacts on the eyeball. So I really wanted to share that with you all. All right, so I wiped that off, and I'm going to put a little bit of my base on for the eyeshadow. This is by Colored Rain, the now defunct Color Rain, but I love this base. I wish I had gotten 2, but no matter, because it lasts a long, long time. So I know I'll have it for a while. And just let me get a brush, and we're just going to smear that out. It's a natural haired brush. I think this is by Pat McGrath, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, Pat McGrath. So we're just going to cover what we did so we can go in. I gotta tell you, I had this at my UPS store for a while before I went and actually got it, because I was sad, because I feel like this is the last Mothership that is under Pat's reign. And I felt like if I get it, that would be admitting that her reign is over as head of Pat McGrath Labs. And I didn't want to see it go. I mean, as much as I talk ish about it, Pat is still in my heart. I think that she will remain in my heart. She's definitely one of the top 5 to ever have such a beautiful color way on mainstream media. And I feel like we're never going to have that kind of legendary status in eyeshadow again. So it makes me kind of misty. So in honor of that and feeling misty, I'm going to do the green first. So I'm going to use this as the base. And then I'm going to use this all over the eye. And then this is going to be my accent color in the inner corner and also the lower lash line. So that's the look that we're going to do today in honor of Mother. All right, so we're going to throw in that green with our Mothership brush, and we are going to lay this out as our first shade. Wow, okay. So at first blush, definitely gave me the pigmentation, definitely gave me the blendability because it's blending out really, really nice. But I definitely feel like I'm going to have to go in multiple times to get the color benefit that I want here. But it blends really, really nicely. I'm just patting and pulling. And then I am doing my windshield wiper motion back and forth to just blend it out. So it definitely is one of those shades where less is more. Put on a little bit at a time and then blend and buff it out to see what you have to do in order to make it as pigmented as you want it to be. But so far, so good. It's looking really, really nice. All over the lid. Okay. I really, really like this. I don't think we need a legendary like Pat eyeshadow again because of what Pat did. Her legacy is the modern eyeshadow palette. Yeah. But I still feel melancholy because I feel like she's gone, you know, at least in the form where we knew her. You know, those who have her palettes, you know, I'm going to miss that. I have 12 of them, right? Plus all of her 6 shades, all of her other quads that she did, her first holiday palette. She gave us a lot to work with, believe you me, I know. But I still can't help but feel a little nostalgic about the fact that the artistry in this form is now going. We're going to see it come back in the new realm of Louis Vuitton, but when I look at this, I'm just like, nobody's going to be able to do this. Nobody does it like Pat. And I feel like because her stuff was done in Italy, but long before everybody else's, I feel like she had the tap on where to pull from in order to get what we need. I feel like I kind of want to do another look on the other side. Since I'm doing the green here, I feel like I want to do like purple or mauve here on the other side. All right, let me just finish with this eye and then we'll see what we want to do with the other eye. All right, I'm going to go in with a flat shader brush. Let's do the Builder by Sonia G. I'm going to go into that beautiful green right here. And then we're going to put that on the, oh my gosh, do you see that? OMG. Whoa. You know, I'm always ready for Pat to surprise me, but I'm just saying, I wasn't quite ready for this. I was not quite ready for this. Yeah, I agree. Danessa does come close to this, but what Danessa does was not possible without Pat. Yeah, and still isn't possible without Pat's influence. Yeah, definitely. I feel that a lot of them were influenced by what Pat had brought to the table. And Danessa's definitely stepping up her game. And I feel like that would be an interesting retrospective for my beauties out there. So I'm going to challenge my beauty babes that are out there. What are your top 5 go-tos for eyeshadow in terms of palettes? Like, what are your top 5 in terms of palettes to go for eyeshadows? So I know my top 5, but I don't want to say it here. I want to do it in a video format where I'm sitting down and I'm trying on the different formulas and telling you why I like it. So I'm challenging my other beauty babes that are in here to come up with your 5. And let's talk about it. Let's rap about it. All right. Last color, we're going to take this one here. I'm going to put that right in the inner corner. Ooh. Ooh, that give an interesting twist to it. See? Ooh, that's pretty. Okay. Oh, I like that. I like that spark. All right, and then I'm just going to take a small pencil brush. I'm going to run that along the inner corner of my eye. And I tap it off on my paper towel before I go into my eye so that I have any fallout, it'll fall out on the napkin and not in my eye. And then give some more love to the inner corner. I love it. You still see a little bit of my former eyeshadow on there. So I'm going to take a little bit of this one right here, and we're going to just lay that right on top and blend it out. This is one of her Skin Show nudes for the brow bone. I like that. Ooh, that's pretty. What do you think, babes? I like it. I really, really like it. Ooh. Okay. All right. So I kind of want to be different on this eye. I do. I kind of want to be different. What do you think? Should I do different color or should I keep it the same? Let me know. Titi, you like it? I have to say, that's a really, really pretty color. So what do you think? Keep it the same or do something different? Oop. I got stuck there. What do you think, babes? Let me know. Let's do it the same. Let's do it the same. And we can always do a different color next next time. So for Sunday sips, we'll do 2 colors. All right, so we're going to go back and do that green again. All right. Babes, I'm going to throw the link for this in the description box below so that if you want to get this palette, if you are a Rouge member, I believe we have another chance to buy the Rouge products at a discount this weekend. I got an email. So I was like, oh, good, because most of my stuff was sold out. So I had to go elsewhere to get my stuff. But there were a few things that were still on my list that are still available. So I was like, all right, I guess I will load up my cart and try it again. In no particular order, Divine Rose and Divine Rose 2, self-titled from Ladybug Glow, Dream from Natasha Denona, and Something That Reflects the Season I'm In. Okay. I was thinking like your top 5 artists, not just the palettes, but like the formula. Like I will always buy something from Pat McGrath because I love her formula. I will always buy something from 𝕊𝕦𝕒𝕟𝕜 because I love her formula. I will always buy something from Natasha Denona. So those are like, some of the people in my top 5. I don't want to give you all of them because I'm doing the video, baby. I'm going to do it. I am enamored with this color. This is beautiful. Oh my goodness. Oh, my battery's dying. All right. And then we're going to put this all over the eye again. Gosh. Oh, wait. Let's do it with this one. Do it with the builder. Oh my gosh. This reminds me of Wicked. The movie Wicked with the greens. Oh my gosh. That would have been fabulous. And I love the way it like sparkles on top of the matte shade. It just pops out. So pretty. Okay, I can definitely see myself using this quite often. This is stunning. Absolutely stunning. A night out, dinner with the girls. This eye does it for me. All right, and then we're going to do the inner corner. I like to bring it up so it marries with what I've done in the crease with the shimmer. So pretty. Actually, let me get in there a little bit more. Yeah, that's how I want it. Oh my gosh, look at that. Babes. Pat McGrath, Ladybug Glow, Gourmand Girls, Juvia's Place, and 𝕊𝕦𝕒𝕟𝕜. In that order. Yes, and in that order. I love it. I love it. That's a good top 5 because you got some indie in there. You got some legends in there. You got it all, babes. I'm sorry, what? Can't nobody tell me nothing. Pat did it again, baby. She blew it out the frame, honey. I'm so glad I did pick this up and went to my UPS finally and got it. I love this. I love this. Oh, hopefully I'm in my own top 5 by 2024. Yes, claim it, sis. 2040. Claim it, sis. Claim it. I want to do my own line too. It's coming. Definitely coming. All right, so we're going to redo the lips. We're going to put a little chestnut liner. And then we're going to finish that with a little lip gloss by Giorgio Armani. This is in Honey Gleam, I think it's called. So good. I have Pink Halo in this one. And I would definitely go back and get more. This is a great lipstick. Goes on really creamy and soft. It's not sticky. And it lasts for a really long time. Kat says, I know I want my own line. I just don't see eyeshadow being an early launch for what I want my brand to do. Yeah, start off small. You see, Pat started off with like little kits and then built this powerhouse. So it can be done. It can certainly be done. And this is stunning. This again is Mothership 12. Like I said, we're going to do another deep dive on Sunday because I definitely want to do more looks with this and play some more with these colors. But my first blush is giving me everything that a Mothership is supposed to give me. Great pigmentation, great, beautiful colors that blend well together. You know, give me a nice sultry look. You know, that part. Sultry and sexy. Perfect for the summertime and the spring nights. You know, give me a little sultry mood any day and I'm there. I'm there waving, hello, how you doing? So perfect, perfect, perfect. She nailed it. In my opinion, she nailed it. And I love it. So thank you, babes, for coming in to the Pat party. I hope I gave you what you're looking for because it certainly gave me what I was looking for. So I will be back on Sunday with Sunday Sips, another deep dive into Pat McGrath. We're going to do an all Pat McGrath looks from start to finish. You know, I come in with a naked face and I leave you bellified in the process. So until next time, you have now been bellified. Take care, babes, and I'll see you back here soon. Bye.